can't believe
Oh
it.
my gosh, he has teeth or something in there.
All right, I want to welcome you to this episode of BTR Outdoors. In this episode, I'm going to show you the 3 best and easiest rigs to catch perch. And before y'all say anything, this is the fish I'm talking about. But you have to remember, I'm from Texas, where we call all these fish, we call them perch. So here's my guide. All right, let's get going. All right, perch is probably the number one fish I love to fish for. It's just, there's something about fishing with a bobber, a worm, and just sitting out, relaxing, and you can usually catch quite a few of them. And that's why I like perch fishing so much. One cool thing about perch is you can find them anywhere. Rivers, creeks, even irrigation ditches. They're everywhere. But they're also in lakes where I usually can find them pretty easy. Just usually find some rocks, some timber, and they'll usually be there. Or go after some docks, around boat ramps. It always seems like you can find perch, and that's one reason why everybody likes them. So this is 3 rigs that are easy, real simple to use, and they catch a lot of perch. And one thing about catching a lot of perch is you can always use them to catch my second favorite fish, catfish. You can use perch as live bait or cut bait. So let's get going. Okay, these are the 3 most common perch rigs that I use. All 3 are very easy to use. They are easy to rig, and they catch a lot of perch. So this first rig right here, this is your main line. It's got a slip-on bobber and it's weighted. I do like a weighted bobber, especially using ultralight for perch. It's easier to cast out. The bobber sits in the water a lot better. Then I have a split shot. I have a swivel with a clip, and then I attach the snailed hook. And a snailed hook, it's already a set of hooks that are already pre-made up for you. So if something happens to that hook, you just unsnap it from your swivel and put on a new one. And it's a little size to catch those perch. It's got a little hook. So those are super easy to use. Now the second one is probably the one I use the most. You have your main line. You have a slip-on weighted bobber. I have 2 split shots, and then I have a long shaft hook. And the reason I like those type of hooks is it's hard for the perch to swallow it, and it's easier to take out of the perch's mouth. So it's a good hook all the way around. But you could use any size hook that you want, kind of like this first one where it's a little bit smaller. But I love the long shaft of this hook. This makes everything so easy. And again, I use the split shot just to keep my bait down. And my favorite bait to use is worms. Okay, we'll go to this third one, and it's a drop shot rig. And what I do is I have my main line coming down, and I tie a dropper loop knot. And if you don't know how to tie those, I do have a video. So I'll leave a link in the description so you can check that out and learn how to tie it. It's pretty easy. And I just attached a little crappie jig, but I catch a lot of perch with these because they have a real small hook. Or you can just tie any one of these hooks on if you like to. And the good thing about a dropper loop knot is you don't have to untie nothing. You just push on it, pull the loop over this little jig, and just take it off. You don't have to untie anything, and then you can switch out to another jig, or you can switch out to another hook, a larger one, a smaller one. But that's the advantages of a dropper loop knot, is it's so easy to change the jigs or hooks out. So if you go all the way down, you'll have a drop shot weight, and that could be any weight that you would like. Typically it don't take much, and I usually fish this just straight up and down, usually off like docks, my kayak, a boat. And the good thing about the drop shot method is if you're fishing with a lot of cover underneath, say Christmas trees, trees, cables, rocks, your drop shot weight is the one that's going to be down in that mess. Your hook's going to be up above it, so you can catch those fish without getting hung up. And this weight, it's going to take a lot for it to get hung up in there. So that's the advantage of a drop shot rig. And you can make this line right here as long as you want to. Now, just to show you, I did use a pretty big line just so it'll show up on the video. Same way with the swivel. I would never use a swivel that size for perch fishing. I just did it for the purpose of the video. I normally have about 4-pound test on my ultralight rod and reel setup, and it makes it so fun to catch. I've even tried 2-pound test, and it works great. I really love perch fishing, and these are probably the 3 rigs that I use the most.